Hi, welcome to Excel Baby Steps. In this video, I would like to show you some of the shortcuts and productivity tricks that you can apply to your work to improve your productivity, of course. Okay, so in order to switch between windows, I use this key combination Alt plus Tab. It will let you switch between multiple windows, multiple applications that are running. Of course, if you want to go back, you could use Alt Shift Tab. And if you're running Microsoft Windows 2000, Microsoft Vista or something like that, you could use Windows key plus tab combination to see this nice animated stuff thing that is going on. Okay, but that is fine. So back to Excel. Some of the key keyboard shortcuts that you should be learning are the navigation shortcuts, how to navigate around the worksheet. So you can use arrow keys to move anywhere you want. I'm pressing left arrow now, right arrow, right arrow, right arrow, down, 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 up, up, left, left, left. So this is arrow keys. You could also use control plus arrow keys to jump to the last cell that is available for you. So for example, control right arrow would take me to the column E. Control left arrow will take me back to the date. Control down arrow will take me to the last value in that table. And control up arrow will take me to the first value in that table, in that same column. Okay, you can use the combination of shift plus arrow keys to select something. For example, shift up arrow is selecting all the 20 rows, and you could use shift plus control combination to select a bunch of values. For example, shift control down arrow will select the entire column, and shift control right arrow will select the all the columns. So this is how you can select the entire table, but this is a tedious process. So if you are anywhere in the table, you could press Control Shift number 8. Okay, Control Shift number 8. That stands for Shift number 8 is nothing but the symbol asterisk. So you are basically telling Excel to select everything. In computer lingo, the symbol asterisk, this symbol, stands for all. So by pressing Control Shift 8, you are selecting all the values that are available in that table. Of course, it is selecting this row as well because it is contiguous to that one. Okay, so that is how you can select a bunch of values. Then there are some function keys in Excel. You can select any cell and then press F2, and you are editing the cell now. So even though the value is displayed as Monday, August 2nd, 2010, the underlying value is this one, the date of 2nd August 2010. So you are editing that value. If you can do the F2 on this cell, you will be editing that cell. You are editing the cell directly inside it because that's what my Excel settings are. You could change it, but let's not get into that. Okay, you can use the function key F4 to repeat an action that was done earlier. For example, let us select this cell and fill it with the red color. Now select another cell and press F4. Select another cell, press F4. Select a bunch of cells and press F4. Excel repeats the action for you. So this is what F4 key does. Just clearing formats. Okay. F4 key has a dual purpose. When you are writing formulas, you can change the reference type, but let's not get into that. You can also use the function key F5 to tell Excel to take you to somewhere. For example, take me to sheet 4 A2. That's the address of cell A2 in the sheet 4. When you press enter, Excel will take you there. So that's the go-to box. I don't think it's quite useful, but then I mean it is quite useful in some other senses, but not to jump to someplace else. Then you can use the cell F7 to do a quick spell check. Okay, let's not get into checking the spell. Then you can use the function key F1 to launch Microsoft Excel help. A help window will launch and it will look up help from Office Online or from your own computer depending on the settings. Let's just close that. You're already on chandu.org, you don't need help. Then you can access various shortcuts that are available in the menus using the Alt key combination. Just hold down the Alt key and you will see a bunch of numbers and keys everywhere. So if you press Alt F, it will activate the office menu. Similarly, for example, if you want to, let us say, left align this cell, so you can do Alt H and then the left align is AL. So we have left aligned that cell without using the mouse. Of course, many of you might say, why not use the mouse, it's just right there, and I totally agree with you. But sometimes you may want to improve your productivity, and reaching out to mouse requires that you have to lift your hand and reach to mouse, and that's not quite efficient when you are very busy spreadsheeting. So that's where maybe using the keyboard shortcuts will help you. There are shortcuts for everything in Excel ribbons using the Alt key combination. So you can just press Alt key and hold it on for a few seconds or a second or two, and you will see all the shortcuts listed there. So you can keep on pressing. For example, Alt W will take you to view menu, where you can for example press, I don't know what, Q to zoom down the sheet or zoom it up to 200%. Okay, let's go back to 100%. So that is what Alt key combinations are. There are some control key combinations that you should know. The default combinations that work in any Windows applications are Control C for copying, Control V for pasting, Control X for cutting, Control P for printing, Control S for saving, Control O for opening, Control N for new file, Control I for italics, for example Control I, Control B for bold, Control U for underline, and Control 5 for strike through. Okay, Control Z for undoing, Control Y for redoing, and so these are the basic shortcuts that work in pretty much any Windows application. So you know them already, just keep in mind that they work in Excel as well. Okay, so that is about the keyboard shortcuts and productivity. Of course, there are so many more shortcuts, and there is a whole bunch of section on chendu.org, as well as a lot of other internet websites where the shortcuts are explored in detail. But as you are a beginner, I don't think you require many more shortcuts than this. So just learn these shortcuts and play with them, and then as you keep on learning new features, try to memorize a shortcut or two about those features, so that you will be productive when you are using them. I wish you all the best in using Excel. Thanks, bye bye.